Hey, Natsu here. Today I'm going to do part 2 of my What If Deku Had the Power of Lantern Corpse Evil version. In the last part, um, Shigaraki got a new quirk because his hands were destroyed. Well, cut and then melted by Izuku. I forgot to say the name I gave to him, which was Red Light. Basically, that's what the Hero Association, the heroes and police decided to give him since he never said a name. Um, so after that happened, they basically go to say their in class 1A. They go to say their hero name. Every name is the same except for Bakugo, and as well I have to give a name to Tuare. Bakugo's name is basically going to be instead of his original. This time it's going to be Hand Blast, just basically because he does have the same mean look in him, but this time it's mostly because he doesn't want anyone close to him to get hurt or stuff like that, compared to in the original where he thinks he's the best. So no Explosion King or stuff like that. Hand Blast. For Tuare, what she decided to name herself was Thunder Switch, because she wasn't able to think of something else, so Kirishima basically just said that out loud and she decided to take it. So after that happened, they're told about the sports festival, that they have 2 weeks to prepare, so they go and train. And let's say Bakugo saw that Izuku protected Tuare differently than the others, as if he was kind of looking out for her or something like that, which isn't really true. It's just that she was less close to anyone else. Well, she was close to something dangerous than anyone else, so he was basically protecting her from it more. So it's not true, but that made Bakugo basically tell her that they're going to train together. I forgot something, I just have to go look at it, be right back. Okay, yeah, what I was looking at was if I gave One for All to Tuare, and yes. So, basically, oh yeah, I also forgot to say what her hero suit would look like. Her hero suit is a bit like, how can I say this? Her hero suit looks like, Momo's suit a bit, but she also has glasses that are made so that she can basically zoom in to see further, to help her see people, which thanks to that she can swap with them. She has gloves that on each of them, the fingers and also on her palm, there is a bit of metal through which she can conduct electricity to basically or send just a blast from that part, because she can naturally do that, but with those metal parts she can basically just like send it from that part exactly, not her entire hand, which saves her some energy. Her body produces a lot, but she can also absorb it to recharge herself, and those are the second utility for those. Sh Basically, if she connects to anything that has electricity in it, it basically absorbs the electricity and that helps her take it in. So yeah, that's her suit. So for the sports festival, the thing that I would do is that Izuku basically went and watched the whole thing, basically being in civilian and going in the stage. Well, not in the stage, but in the arena, looking at everything. He was seated next to some heroes, so he had to control himself, which he was kind of able to, so he didn't go, well, do anything. He basically just watched to see what was happening. So, for the way it went, basically, in the first event, um, Tuare got first place for the race, thanks to One for All and Switch. Basically, switching with someone really far in front, or someone passed something and she just switched with them, or she just passed it by herself. Um, for the cavalry battle, she took the place of Deku. They once again won, but this time it was more because they actually got to keep the points away from everyone thanks to her electricity. Because basically they decided to stay in a corner and she just kind of placed herself in front and just made a wall of electricity, kind of. So that. In the battles, pretty much everything happens the same except that Baku is a bit less ruthless, but more powerful. So that balances it and makes him win pretty much every battle. Then Turare basically wins every battle all the way up to against Shoto, which Izuku was looking at her by this point, thinking that she was powerful, and that it was weird because her quirk looks. She seems to have more than just two quirks. As if her switching quirk and her thunder quirk had something more to it. Because he saw that she was able to make wind pressure and stuff like that. Oh yeah, also, she can use about. She doesn't know full cowling, but she is able to use 5% without breaking her bones. And the excuse she has for why there's electricity coming around her body is basically that she just puts electricity in her muscle to augment the strength of them. And it kind of passes, except with Bakugo, that basically doesn't think of it like that, and basically thinks she has a secret quirk that she doesn't want to show. He confronted her about it 2 or 3 times, but she didn't say anything. But Izuku got that, oh, there's something more. And she doesn't seem to be able to control it that well, because she needs to charge it before attacking, and it seems a bit weird the way she acts when using it. because she passed from using her thunder, which she uses by punching, kicking, and doing everything else like that, to using that and only using her hand to punch like All Might. So basically, just like Shoto says, "Are you to Izuku? Are you a secret love child?" He just thinks, "Okay, All Might did something with her." So he just thinks of it directly. He must have done something because he knows about um, how Sugar All for One can give quirks, and he basically thought he must have something in the same way, and he did that with her, well, to her. Again, Shoto, since she basically has the same mentality as Izuku, just more feminine. She basically did the same thing with telling Shoto that it's his quirk, but that blah blah blah, making him use his full. And then she used her thunder and augmented one for all to 20%, which she knows will break her arm. She threw it. Almost broke her arm. Just made a lot of damage. Todoroki wasn't out yet, and so she decided to go 100 with her other arm, which Izuku basically thought no, don't do that. And basically, just before doing that, she just thinks, or? And then she basically let the attack pass next to her, and she jumps. Just before coming out of bound, she basically switched with Todoroki, which his attack basically take him in the back and push him out. So she didn't break her arm from that, because she basically stopped it and used that. Her other arm is a bit damaged, but it's more like just to the point of breaking. So she's still able to move it, but Recovery Girl did have to get involved. After that, fighting against Bakugo. 5% against Bakugo is really not enough, and even worse, not even against this one. Because this one is basically the same strength as... Well, he's a bit stronger than when Bakugo and Izuku fought in the city after the license exam. Because he trained a lot. So, yeah. He went overboard and basically threw her out. And he won. She got second place and Shoto got third place. Then, at the end, when Izuku left, Bakugo, while fighting, saw him in the in the stadium, and when everyone was leaving, he basically told Aizawa that he saw someone he knew, and that he wanted to try and see if he could find him, so Aizawa let him go. And he was trying to find Izuku, but Izuku basically knew that he was coming. Well, was sure that he was coming because he saw him looking at him. So he basically went away as fast as he could. So Bakugo couldn't find him. He asked for if he could have a copy of the entire thing, to see if it really was him. They gave it to him. When he found Izuku, he basically, well, let's say at a certain moment the camera passed over the gym and he saw that Izuku was in it. He basically showed his mom that Izuku was okay, he was still alive. She was happy because both of them, well, Bakugo has his suspicion but he doesn't want to believe them. She doesn't even know that Izuku, someone looking like Izuku, attacked the USJ. So the next day in class, they got the recommendation letters to go in different agencies. Tuare was asked by All Might to go to Gran Torino's agency, so she does. Bakugo went to a different agency that Best Genius, basically going with Shoto to Endeavor Agency because he thought my power is explosion, a flame hero will be good. So he went with him. Everyone else in class basically went to the same places. This time Bakugo saw about Ida, and Akiko, yes, was in the same friend group that Izuku was in the main anime, so she also knew about it. So Bakugo told it to Shoto. Tuare basically told it to the Gran Torino about his friend that's going to Hosu that might go after the hero killer. And this is one of the big thing that will happen. Izuku doesn't like the way the hero killer does things, because the hero killer only sees one true hero and kills every other, while Izuku sees a lot of true hero, but still wants them to lose their jobs. For those that are true hero but aren't good heroes. Those that aren't true hero, he kills them. Those that aren't good heroes, he just harms them to a point of them not being able to fight any more villains. And real true heroes, he doesn't want them to get hurt. He did accept for All Might to get hurt, but that was because of what of the circumstance. So Izuku had decided to go look for the hero killer and stop him before he kills a lot of good heroes. So when the training happened with Gran Torino, basically she already knew about the 5% thing, control the percentage. So with Gran Torino, he basically taught her full calling, but also from that she got that she doesn't have to use it like All Might. Gran Torino uses kicks and stuff like that, so she can use her normal fighting style in it. So she does. For Bakugo and Shoto, Bakugo only augmented the amount of strength his explosion had, as well as the amount of control he had over them, plus his speed. Since he was with basically a hero that was made of flame, to control flames. So when they finally went for the patrol, when Ida went to look for the hero killer was attacking him. Tuare found him, texted Bakugo and Shoto, which both of them started going. But when they got there, not even when they got there, basically not long after Tuare got there, Izuku arrived well, the red light, and the hero killer basically told him that they're doing the same job, that they should join forces to kill all the false heroes. And then Izuku basically told him the way he sees things, which Ida and Tuare heard loud and clear. And Tuare, the way she decided to send the message to Shoro and Todoroki was basically opening, well, texting them, and then she, by accident, opened the video camera and started it. So everything he said was recorded in the phone. When he started fighting against the hero killer was basically thrown almost across town. He told Tuare to help him and the hero, even though he doesn't like him. And he went against the hero killer. Multiple helicopters and stuff were where the hero killer landed, so a lot of heroes started going to that location. And basically what was happening was the hero killer moving away and trying to, well, basically try and hit Izuku, but without doing it. Basically, a reporter was saying the hero killer and the red light are fighting each other. It looks like the red light isn't totally bad, just doesn't like some heroes. Endeavor arrived, as well as Shoro, Bakugo, Akiko, and Ida, because basically she helped him up and then they went to where it was. Basically every hero started coming, and they just saw the massive amount of power the red light had. The way he made construction made of lights, sended his acid, well, vomiting acid, throwing it on, trying to hit him. At one point, the hero killer caught him, and that's when Bakugo saw something that he really didn't like at all. And Akiko knew about what it was, and when it happened, she was like, oh no. The hero killer basically caught Izuku, and his blade melted. When his blood fell on whatever was under him, it started being destroyed, and Bakugo basically had the worst expression ever, because that was just another proof that it was Izuku. Then Endeavor decided to try and stop him, well, stop them, and went after them. When Endeavor was coming, Stain basically tried to go and kill him. Izuku didn't like the guy, but saw that he was actually trying to be the best hero he could, so a good hero, not in it for fame and stuff. He didn't like Endeavor, but still saw him as a hero that was okay to live alive and fighting. So when Stain was about to give a good hit on Endeavor, Izuku basically smashed him on the ground and told Endeavor, run now before I change my mind. And basically pushed him away by making the construct of a hand and pushing him out of the way. Afterward, the hero killer tried to cut him again and basically got a massive fist in the face, since for the first freaking time he was finally not moving. So Izuku was able to get him. The hit basically all knocked out the hero killer. He started flying away, and then Bakugo basically went running close to him, and basically screamed, "You're Deku, aren't you? Not you're Deku, but you're Midoriya, aren't you? Answer me!" With Midoriya with Izuku not even looking at him and basically leaving after killing Stain. Yes, I say killing, because if he doesn't, Stain could probably get out and stuff like that. And this time, the Vanguard squad, which are Magnum, Spinner, Toga, and I think twice, see him as the role model, and well, they see both Stain and him as a role model. They saw him, they know he killed Stain because of the way both of them had a small difference. Only heroes that only wants fame can go die. Those that really wants to help but aren't good at it, basically take them out before they get killed. Those that are good, if you have to harm them, do it in a non-permanent way. And a real hero, basically don't try to touch them. Or if you have to, once again, only make it so that they can't fight you anymore, but it won't be permanent. So they see it the exact same way, and they basically gave the exact same 4 rules to Shigaraki and All for One, as Deku did, and they basically say that no. Well, Shigaraki says that no, he will not be able to follow those rules, because one of the things they were going to do next was basically probably kill some child. Well, children's. So they literally just left all 4 of them going to look exactly for the red light. So those 4 aren't even in it. Muscular will go to the forest training camp because he just wanted to kill people. The guy that makes marbles didn't care, he just wanted to help the league. Dobby was basically already going for the league, and the only thing he wants is to kill Endeavor, if I remember correctly. He doesn't care what he does before that, or after for that matter. So yeah, that's basically how things are going to go. When they finally go back to school, well, after that night, basically what had happened was that Tuare gave the recording to the police and reporters, which they basically gave the entire thing on the news, which basically made every hero think, do I really want to help people, or am I just in it for the fame and money? And every hero started thinking about it, and every hero that only were in it for the money and saw that they weren't actually that good of a hero, or that were good heroes but weren't there to help people just for the money, basically started retiring automatically, because if they don't, they're going to get killed. Those that weren't that good basically started training a lot, which Deku heard about it and was starting to think, finally something good is happening. And so he basically started doing his job like a lot less, because practically every night he was going and killing heroes that were only in it for the money or for the fame. So after that happened, and that the thing with the League of Villain happened, um, Twice was finally able to find out a kind of whereabout for the red light. And so Toga, Twice, and Spinner went to him. They found him, and then those four decided to tell him about the plan to attack this UA once again that the League of Villain has. And Izuku wasn't happy about that, because he wanted to see Bakugo become a great hero. Which, if they get attacked and that he gets killed or harmed, he cannot do. So he got mad about that, because he doesn't want to help villains. If they go against what he does, he decided. After they told him, he decided to destroy the League of Villain completely. In fact, which they decided to accept with him. They decided to call themselves the same name, the Action Vanguard Squad. And what they do is basically they are villain, but at the same time vigilantes, because they protect innocents, but kill heroes that are bad, but also kill villains that only wants to kill. If the peoples can be redeemed, they don't kill them. They only make it so that they cannot fight for now until they are redeemed. If they try to redeem themselves and fail and just go back to the side of evil, they kill them. Because at that point, well, it's too bad you tried, but if you're not able to even keep that, sorry. And so, yeah. For Bakugo as well, for a little while, he didn't actually go to school for about a week or so. Well, no, for a bit only, because I don't remember when the teacher versus student happens. But for almost every day up to like a day or two before that happened, he wasn't at school, basically having a mental breakdown, because for everyone it just looked like the guy didn't respond to what Bakugo had said. But for Bakugo, it was proof. He knew it was him. And so he was really not having a good time. When he finally came back to school, he was told about what was going to happen. In the written test, he basically did just like in the anime 100%, because even though he was having a mental breakdown, he still has every bit of information in him. Against All Might and Terare and Bakugo versus All Might basically happened in a way that she was already using 8%. Because when she uses full cowling, she decided to see if she could push it further, and she saw that 8% was okay. A little tingling feeling, but still okay, so she was going with it. Bakugo was a lot stronger, so that entered in the cumulative power as well. And so this time, Bakugo able to fly, and Tuare basically telling Bakugo to just grab on. She never tried this, but the moment she's able to see him, no matter where he is, she's going to use it to switch. He basically says, you know, that if this doesn't work, I'm just going to be in his arm. She says, yeah. He says, okay. She tells him, if you're in his arm, just use the big ass explosion you can. It's All Might. He's going to be okay. Which Bakugo says, true. So she zooms as much as she can until she sees All Might, which he's basically like a fourth of the way to them. She basically just sees a dot with her visors enhanced at the max they can. And she basically switches, and All Might's running at full force and basically passing through the door on the other side. And he's thinking, wait, she used her quirk? Where's Baku? And basically it worked. And both of them are one-fourth of the... Well, they only need to do one-fourth of the way to the door and basically start running as fast as they can. Basically, Bakugo was running as fast as he could, using explosion to boost himself up faster, while Akiko was using 8% of One for All and running really fast. So she passed first and then Bakugo did, while All Might was trying to catch up to them. So they passed, basically beating him just by being able to switch with him. So everyone did about the exact same, if not for those two. So yeah, that's basically what happened for them. So this was part 2 of What If Deku Had a Lantern's Core Power Evil Version. Hope you liked it. Natsu out.